Kolkata, the city of joy, found itself grappling with an unspeakable horror that shattered its vibrant spirit and left an indelible mark on its collective psyche. A young trainee doctor working within the hallowed halls of R.G. Carr Hospital became the victim of a brutal rape and murder, a crime so heinous that it shook the very foundations of the medical community and the city at large. The incident sent shockwaves through the city, leaving its residents reeling in fear and disbelief. The news spread like wildfire, with every headline and news bulletin amplifying the sense of dread and helplessness. The safety of women, a topic perennially under scrutiny in India, was once again thrust into the spotlight. This time, the added layer of vulnerability, felt within a healthcare institution, made the situation even more alarming, highlighting the pervasive nature of the threat. The crime, as heinous as it was, brought back chilling memories of past incidents that had scarred the nation's conscience. Candlelight vigils and memorials became a common sight as people came together to mourn and demand justice. It underscored the urgent need for systemic change and ignited a debate about the deep-rooted societal issues that perpetuate violence against women. Policymakers and activists called for immediate action, emphasizing the need for comprehensive reforms. The victim, in this case, was not just a young woman, but also a healthcare professional, someone entrusted with the well-being of others. This made the crime even more appalling, as it struck at the heart of a profession dedicated to saving lives and providing care. The victim, whose identity remains protected, was a bright, promising young woman on the cusp of a fulfilling career in medicine. She had always been passionate about helping others and had worked tirelessly to achieve her dreams. Hailing from a humble background, she had nurtured dreams of serving society as a doctor. Her family had always supported her ambitions despite the financial and social challenges they faced. Her dedication to her studies and her compassionate nature had earned her the respect of her peers and the admiration of her seniors at R.G. Carr Hospital. She was known for her kindness and her willingness to go the extra mile for her patients. She had joined R.G. Carr Hospital, one of Kolkata's oldest and most reputed medical institutions, filled with hope and a thirst for knowledge. The hospital, with its rich history and esteemed reputation, seemed like the perfect place for her to grow and learn. Little did she know that the very place she had envisioned as a beacon of healing would become the scene of her tragic end. The corridors that once echoed with her laughter now stood silent, a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Her story, tragically cut short, became a symbol of the vulnerability of women in a society grappling with deep-rooted patriarchy and a culture of silence surrounding sexual violence. Her untimely death sparked outrage and brought attention to the urgent need for systemic change to protect women everywhere. The details of the crime as they emerged sent chills down the spines of even the most hardened investigators. The young doctor was alone in the hospital, working on a late-night shift when she was attacked. The perpetrators, who are believed to be known to her, subjected her to unimaginable brutality. Her cries for help went unanswered, a grim reminder of the lack of security measures in place to protect healthcare workers, especially women working late hours. The post-mortem report revealed the horrific extent of her injuries, painting a gruesome picture of the violence she had endured. The brutality of the crime shook the city's conscience, leaving an indelible mark on its collective psyche. News of the crime spread like wildfire, igniting a wave of protests across Kolkata. Thousands of people, outraged and heartbroken, took to the streets demanding justice for the young doctor. Students, professionals, homemakers, people from all walks of life, united in their grief and anger. The protests were a testament to the collective outrage the incident had triggered. The city, known for its vibrant spirit, had come to a standstill, united in its condemnation of the heinous crime. The streets resonated with slogans demanding stricter laws, better law enforcement, and a societal shift in attitudes towards women. The protests were a reflection of the simmering anger against the pervasive culture of violence against women that seemed to have permeated every stratum of society. Section 5, the White Coats Protest, a community demands justice. The medical fraternity, deeply affected by the tragedy, joined the chorus for justice. Doctors, nurses, and medical students across Kolkata and indeed the nation staged protests demanding enhanced security measures at hospitals and a safer working environment for healthcare professionals. The Indian Medical Association, or IMA, called for a nationwide strike, urging the government to address the issue of violence against healthcare workers with the utmost urgency. The strike brought to light the vulnerability of healthcare professionals who often work long hours, putting the needs of their patients before their own safety. The incident underscored the need for a comprehensive overhaul of security protocols in hospitals and other healthcare facilities. Section 6, Political Promises and a System Under Scrutiny. The brutal rape and murder of the young doctor sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. Politicians from across the political spectrum condemned the crime, offering condolences to the victim's family and promising swift action against the perpetrators. The West Bengal Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, announced a compensation package for the victim's family and assured a thorough investigation. However, the opposition parties criticized the government for its failure to ensure the safety of women in the state. The incident sparked a debate about the effectiveness of the existing laws and the need for stricter measures to curb crimes against women. Section 7, Seeking Justice. The investigation unfolds. The Kolkata police launched a full-scale investigation into the case. Several suspects were apprehended and a special investigation team, or SIT, was formed to expedite the investigation. The case was later transferred to the Central Bureau of Investigation, India's premier investigating agency, to ensure a fair and transparent probe. The gruesome nature of the crime and the public outcry it generated put immense pressure on the authorities to deliver justice. The investigation unearthed several leads, including CCTV footage and eyewitness accounts, that helped piece together the events leading up to the tragic incident. The trial, when it begins, is expected to be closely watched by the nation, as it will serve as a test of India's commitment to ensuring justice for victims of sexual violence. Section 8, A Nation's Shame, Reflections on a Broken System. The Kolkata doctor rape and murder case once again brought to the fore the deeply disturbing issue of women's safety in India. It sparked a national conversation about the failure of successive governments to address the root causes of gender-based violence. The incident served as a grim reminder of the Nirbhaya case, a horrific gang rape and murder that shook the nation in 2012. Despite the widespread protests and promises of reform that followed, the situation for women in India remained largely unchanged. The Kolkata doctor's case highlighted the urgent need for a multi-pronged approach to tackle the issue, encompassing stricter laws, sensitized law enforcement, and a societal shift in attitudes towards women. Section 9, Beyond Fear, A Call for Change. The outpouring of grief and anger that followed the Kolkata doctor's murder was not just a reaction to a single incident, but a reflection of the deep-seated fear and frustration that many women in India experience on a daily basis. This tragic event became a symbol of the ongoing struggle for women's safety and rights in the country. It was a call for change, a demand for a safer society where women could live without the constant threat of violence. The voices of the protesters echoed through the streets, resonating with the pain and hope of millions. The incident sparked a nationwide movement demanding concrete action from the government and a change in societal attitudes. People from different backgrounds and regions united in their quest for justice and equality. Women's rights groups, activists, and citizens from all walks of life came together to demand a safer India for women. Their unity and determination sent a powerful message to those in power. The movement gained momentum on social media with hashtags like "Justice for Victim's Name" and "Not in My Name" trending nationwide. The digital realm amplified their voices, reaching people far and wide. The collective voice of the nation demanded a safer, more just society for women. This unified outcry was not just about one incident, but a plea for systemic change, for a future where every woman can feel safe and valued. Section 10, A Legacy of Unsafety, Echoes of Past Tragedies. The Kolkata doctor's rape and murder, while a stark reminder of the vulnerability of women in India, was unfortunately not an isolated incident. It was but the latest in a long line of horrific crimes against women that have shaken the nation's conscience. From the Nirbhaya case in Delhi to the Kathua and Unnao rape cases, India has witnessed a disturbing pattern of violence against women. The Kolkata doctor's case served as a chilling reminder that despite the outrage and promises of reform, the situation for women in India remains precarious. It underscored the need for a sustained, multi-pronged effort to address the deep-rooted societal issues that perpetuate such violence. The fight for a safer India for women is far from over.